Welcome to Hall S, which is basically the big kind of like atrium that leads you into the exhibitor hall. It's over there. Live DJ, keeping these multitude vaguely entertained as they queue backwards and forwards. And this is after queuing outside, of course. The queue to get into the queue to get into the queue. It's, I mean, if we thought queues at San Diego or something, this is a whole other ballgame. Welcome along. This is Comic-Con Malaga. San Diego, Comic-Con Malaga. Get it right. This is definitely the attempt for CCI and the Spanish organizations to bring a taste of CCI, SCCC, to Spain. Now, I learned something interesting today. I was sat next to a couple that had driven 9 hours to get here, and asked if there was anything like this in Spain. The kind of Hall H experience, the exhibition floor, the ability to meet and greet with artists if possible. And there isn't. Apparently, this is a new experience for Spain. Now, whether they've enjoyed it is a whole other ballgame. Considering that, like I say, I'm looking up at that queue among queue. Yes, we do our fair bit of queuing at San Diego and at every other convention on the planet, but this is something else. I did a live stream last night, but this is just a kind of thing. I'm going to stay online for about 10-15 minutes or so, and it's a Comic-Con Malaga. Ask me anything. I've got the comments. Go to the Q&A. That way. Hello. We have ourselves friends in the house. Hello there, Aaron. How the devil are you, sir? Where are you? Are you at London? Oh, sorry, London, LA Comic-Con? What are you doing at the moment? Listen, to be fair, I'm going to wish Aaron all the very best because he recently took part in the Philam exhibition, which was so inspiring to see. So many Filipino and just some great artists on display. So, congratulations on getting that up and running, and I hope you had a great time at that particular event. But no, any questions that you have about Comic-Con, Comic-Con Malaga, certainly. Chuck, I'm certain that you have some questions, or may have some questions, on a more technical level. I've been speaking to a couple of people who are exhibitors. I've been speaking to a few staff members as well. And the general consensus is, there you go, there's Aaron. No LACC for me. Still recovering from Philam CreatorCon. I told you, it was a big event, and the people who were involved, everyone looked like they're having a great time. So, excellent stuff. Congratulations on that. So, any questions that you have about Comic-Con Malaga, please dive in. I will do what I can to answer. I'll stay on until for another 5-10 minutes. How is the general vibe there, says Aaron? Now that's an interesting question, considering that I'm not entirely sure how the Spaniards are taking it. If you look online, if you look on social media, on Instagram and whatever, the one thing the Spaniards are not happy about is the price hike. The way I described it to someone in a conversation today was, say if you're buying petrol in the UK and you're going down the M1, you're going down the M6, wherever, and you decide to fill up on petrol, a motorway service station, you're almost paying additional prices, inflated prices. There is the motorway service station tax. I'm wondering if CCI are kind of applying their own inflated price tag purely because they are CCI and because it's San Diego Comic-Con. Because certainly from what I've been hearing, the Spaniards are not too keen on spending money, certainly not at the prices that have been inflated here, certainly not for the artists, not for the arts. So they're taking on board the atmosphere. I mean, if you have a look, there's lots of smiling faces, there's no one bitching and moaning. Everyone seems genuinely happy to be here. In much the same way, say for example at San Diego, whereas at San Diego perhaps there may be a little bit of an edge of sort of like getting worn down. Because it's the year one, I think they're extremely excited about being here. So the general vibe, it's interesting. It's interesting. Chuck Cook, I haven't watched your other video yet, just woke up. What is the scale variety on the show floor? Okay, another interesting question. Because while the variety is similar to, I'd say, an MCM Comic-Con, in that there's no, apart from the Artist Alley down at the other end of the room and one or two spaced out areas for gaming, for card games, etc. The rest of the floor is very much thrown to the wall. It's a very mixed scale on the wall. In terms of the actual scale of the exhibition floor, say for example then, this is Hall S, which is a outside atrium area. I would say the exhibition floor is about twice the size of this. If, say for example, the Brits are watching, or any Brits are watching, I would say it's about half a hall in the Excel Center. It's about 12 to 15 slots wide, 12 to 15 slots deep. It's very compact, and I don't think they anticipated this level of interest, considering that apparently they had sold, or have sold, 120,000 plus tickets. I'm trying to think of a room. Okay, the exhibition floor is about the same size as Hall H. There you go. The variety is interesting. No comics. I think there's one comics retailer, a couple of graphic novel retailers like Penguin House, Random House, and Panini Comics, things like that. But an actual comics retailer, I think there's one, and that's been a bone of contention as well. So yeah, it's bedlam in there. It's absolute bedlam. Absolutely rammed. The old saying about nerds will take up oxygen in the room. They will kind of like fill every square corner. There is no room to hide in that room. Even in the exhibition floor in San Diego, you can find somewhere along the corridor to hide. If this would be the outer atrium or the outer concourse to San Diego Comic-Con, you can't exactly hide here because everyone's giving a look at it. I mean, you've got one or two spaces to sit, perhaps, but not many. Not many. About how many artists are in Artist Alley? Oh, now, okay. There are 2 full rows and 1 half row each side. So there's 3 rows, talking about maybe 8 artists on each row. So that lot's mostly cosplayers. There's 3 there, so 8, 16, 32, 30, about 40 maybe, if you're lucky. Admittedly, a lot of the artists are represented by Comic Sketch Art or Scott's Collectibles, which means a lot of them are kind of doing stuff for other companies. You've also got a company called the Green Room, which I've not been familiar with. They're more about selling original art. So you have the artists there signing prints of their original art. So yeah, interesting lineup. But no, there's not that many. It's not the biggest artist alley in the world. But it's year one. Again, it's about what I think they wanted to try and bring a flavour of SDCC, a celebration of pop culture, but the comics are decidedly underrepresented, unfortunately. So there we go. Who else we got? Estimate on a number of attendees. Lots. I couldn't tell you because it's every square corner. I couldn't honestly tell you. There's just so many bodies. It's endless. And the crowds go on and on. Out here, you've also got outside as well of the village. It's more like an open-air food court which leads out to a stage area. And you've also got to meet the artists in about 6 cargo containers painted up, put tables inside. And people are lining up outside to see the likes of Jeff Loeb's out there. You had Jim Lee out there earlier as well. Yeah, it's just so many, man. It just doesn't stop. And this lot are queued up to get in, and now they're queuing up to get in. Crazy. I would like to see some numbers about the how many are actually here in the building. But there we go. Right, one more question. Anyone get a last minute question, and I'm going to hang off. Because basically what the time is now, whatever time it is, I think we've got another 45 minutes to an hour. Jim Lee is doing a panel in Auditorium 1, which is in there. You've got Auditorium 1, Auditorium 2, Auditorium 3 upstairs, I think. Not the biggest rooms, but big enough to fit people in and have a nice, decent presentation. Like I say, Jim Lee's doing his thing, I think it's at 4 o'clock Spanish time. And I'm going to sit in on that, and then I am bailing. I am heading to the airport and getting out of Malaga. Okay, any last questions? Do you want me to have a try and get into the actual exhibitor floor? I tell you something now. If it wasn't for this press pass, this would be hellish. I'm going to go in and at least let you see what it's like inside there. Let me flip this camera around and make my way in. Again, if I wasn't pressed, I wouldn't be able to do this. Thanks, Leonard, says Aaron Neighbours. Well, it's a pleasure. It's the reason why I came. I didn't come for the good of me health. I came to see what this was like and what the actual F is. I mean, to be fair, come on. You don't get this at San Diego, a big glowing green ring passing your entrance into the building. Now, I do know the first thing that you'll see as we walk through the door is a celebration of 30 years of Toy Story. Again, I did all this as part of my kind of, oh look, there you go, a moving Bowser. So it's cues, Monkeys. I think this cue here is the creator of Doom, or the voice of Doom. Having one entrance portal is a wild choice. Tell me about it, dude. You've got one way in, you've got 2 doors out. Very, very odd. But that is it. That's your way in. But there we go. You go a little bit further around, so at least you can see down the aisle. There you go. That's one side of the building. That's the other side. And you can just see in the distance there, Artist Alley. So it gives you an idea of how big this room is. not very big at all. And that's me. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. I will be doing another recap of this as I have more time to think about what and what they need, what they got right, what they got wrong. Okay, I'll catch you on the other side, and yeah, wish me a safe flight. Bye-bye.